All right, this is a test. I'm going to do a test of video on Twitter. So let's see what we should talk about. I'll take a card for that. The Empress. All right. Well, the Empress is usually an idea. It's a pregnancy. For some people, there may be a pregnancy on the horizon. You see the rabbit down here. This is fertility. This could be an idea that is about to be birthed into the world. So I'm going to figure it's an idea. So what idea do I currently have? Well, right now I've got two. We're going to move Twitter to a subscription for videos much like this one. There's also the Ravenhood transport, which I can drop cards at RV lots and that, and pick up some work there. So there's a few options, and those options are great options for creating a little extra income. No one of those is going to do it all right now, but pieces of different ones feeding in would certainly help. The overhead here is very low, so I don't need a lot of overhead to live here and work here at least throughout the summer before winter comes. But I've got ideas for that too if that were to become necessary. We still have the limo thing, which is October through February, March, April, in there. So there will be opportunities to drive. If for some reason not with them, there will be opportunities otherwise if I have to create my own company to do it. And that's where I am at this point, is I'm not going to go back to a corporate job that's 9 to 5 where I'm hungry a full day out of the month because I'm out of food and I haven't been paid yet. I've lived that life. I'm not going to live that life anymore. There's no winning to any of that. There just isn't. No matter how you slice it, there's no winning to that scenario. So if I were to go back and take a job with a local store or something like that, we would end up in two situations. We'd end up with me very unhappy at some point, and wanting to quit. And then we'd end up with jealousy from other employees because, frankly, a lot of people just like to get paid to sit on their ass. And that's just, you come in and you start moving things and doing things, and you start to get a lot of jealousy from them because they wish they could move up the ladder the way you look like you're moving up the ladder. So they'll start sabotaging you. They'll talk shit behind your back. They'll make sure to highlight your mistakes, right? That's classic of these people. The person in the group who steps up and said, and you made a mistake, or and that person made a mistake, that person is a troublemaker, and they're always a troublemaker. There's no exception to the rule. People that feel it necessary to, in an open forum, point at people and say it's their fault and it's okay, I did something bad too, so we're even, that I just told everybody on you. No, that's not how life works. So in order to avoid all of that, then I've come to the conclusion I've got to create another company, and I got to create another company, and I got to create another company, and one of these companies is going to be the company that does it all. But I have to keep creating them. If I don't take these opportunities, if I don't choose to focus 100% on Twitter with Elon Musk vowing to make it the best platform out there, and to kind of knock the other two into hell and back. And he might be the devil's son. I've heard that, but whatever. Whatever. What do I see happening? I see that Twitter's going to become a place. There's going to be plenty of opportunity with Twitter. There's going to be opportunities for ad share. There's going to be opportunities now with subscriptions. There's opportunities with outside vendors who want to advertise. There's all kinds of opportunities that will be there, and with the addition of video and all of that, there's no need to be on YouTube, and there's no need to be on Facebook. For me, Facebook, you pay to gain followers, and you don't pay a small amount of money. It's a pretty good chunk of change, $100, $200 to get 400 followers. Those things, once you've got them, you think, well, now I'm gonna put a post out, and 400 people are gonna see it, and that's just not the case. Those 400 people will not see that post. They might see that post during the ad campaign, but they're not going to see it after you finish the ad campaign, because what happens, they constantly want you to boost a post and promote your post. Now, Twitter has promote your post too. So I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. What I'm saying is your people, I think people on your following should at least get more than one example of what you're posting. So if I post, I want at least once or twice a month that the post is put in front of everybody who follows me, so that they have another opportunity to come back and engage with it, because that's how these algorithms work. They're working off of engagement. And everybody wants to argue about engagement. I'm not here for likes. I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that. Then you're not here to really make a business out of this. If you just want to blow your horn from the soapbox and you never want to make any income from blowing that horn, that is wonderful. If you are independently wealthy and you can do that, and I know a person that can do that, that's fine. You can give that away for free. But down here at my level, we're going to have to monetize everything that we can monetize, and we've got to bring in a little bit of money. We just have to, because I'm not going to get that job. I'm not going to get the other job. Now we got neighbors screaming. That's a new happening. And that, we should talk about that sometime. We should talk about the opportunities that we end up walking away from because the enemy doesn't want you to take that opportunity. This happens more often than you know. You could be out, you could meet someone who could do great things for you business-wise, but after you meet that person, here comes this other person to tell you, I don't think that's the right person to do business-wise. Or they come and they immediately tell you something negative. And I'll give you a case in point. I saw this on a YouTube video earlier, or a YouTube post that somebody posted saying that a big star had liked their comment and that made their day wonderful. All right, so this person was really excited about the fact that somebody had made that comment, or liked that comment that was a star. And the comment that stuck out to me was the one who came on and said, "Are you sure it was the star?" Well, who really gives a fuck if it made my day? You know? Why are there people in this world who want to come forward? They want to come out into the space. They want to throw something negative your way, a question. How you going to do that? Are you sure it's going to be successful? Are you sure you're not just wasting your time? Those people are useless in your life. They really are. They're completely useless in your life. They're going to be there to always tell you the negative. Remember the people that they get that piece of paper, right? They take it, they get out, they get some paper. We'll do a little example here, right? I'll show you what most people do. They get this paper and they write pro and con. And then they're going to say, should I date Jerry? Pro, he's cute. Con, maybe too cute. You see? Now, this was fine. He's cute. But now we had to throw the negative on there, okay? So most of the people are sitting down and they're doing a positive and negative list. That's what pro and con is. A positive and negative list. Well, why do we need this, the negative list? What's the negative list designed to do? The negative list is designed to cause doubt. That's what the negative list is all about. It's designed to cause doubt in what you're doing. It's not there to be helpful. The con list is not there to be helpful. You'd do better off for your life and everything in your life if you sat down and wrote a pro list and nothing else. What's going right? Because if you focus over here on what can go wrong, and that's what the con list is, what can go wrong, right? Everybody's saying, what can go wrong, right? Your friends are all saying that. Well, this is what could go wrong, and this is what could go wrong, and your mom says this is what really could go wrong, and your dad says this is something that's really going to go wrong, and your sister says this is really going to go wrong. First off, I want you to turn around and I want you to look at every one of these individuals. And I want you to ask yourself one question. Is everything going right in their relationships? And it's going to be no, 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 no. Why is their advice even pertinent? It's not. Okay? Stop writing a con list. Stop looking at the negative. Stop calling the negative into your life by spelling. Okay? You need to that's one thing you got to know, is that anytime you write down something, it doesn't matter if it's a positive or negative, you're writing it down. All a pro and con list here does is this is written down and this cancels it. This is written down and this cancels it. This is written down and this cancels it. And you're hoping you get to the bottom and you've got one that is positive left out of the whole list. Because now you can make that decision. When really, what am I manifesting? The pro. Then what do I need this for? I don't. You don't need this con list. You just completely don't need this con list. There's no reason to be looking at the cons. What can go wrong? What can go wrong? Everything's going to go wrong eventually if you think everything's going to go wrong. You're manifesting on levels that you can't even comprehend sometimes at this point. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. But you're manifesting. Where your attention is all day is what you're manifesting. Where your attention is what you're manifesting. Get rid of the cons. Don't write the cons down anymore. Don't do a pro and con in your head. Don't do any of that. Stay away from that stuff. If you like this content, there's a subscription coming for $5 a month. That subscription is going to have access to even the things that I do behind the scenes, such as creating a business or creating a source of income. That will be shown inside of the subscription. Everything else will just be chat. Nobody else will be able to see that. And those will be also communications that I feel are necessary, I guess. Like this one. This ended up talking about where I see things going, and we ended up showing you how to delete the con list from your life, because we don't need a con. Just because everybody else did it doesn't mean the next person's going to do it. And say that to yourself. Just because this one did it doesn't mean the next one's going to do it. And just because that one did it doesn't mean the next one's going to do it. I can break the cycles in my life. I can change the choices that I make. Right? I can change the choice. Remember, the most appetizing choice, the one that's all sweet and tender and dripping with honey, is coming from this side, the cons, right? Because they really pour it on. The mild-mannered one that's going to give you a kiss every morning, he's over here. He's uninteresting sometimes because you're not paying attention. You're using your eyes visually. You're not seeing the opportunity over here. That's how life is, and that's why you make the wrong choice time after time after time after time. You do the same thing, even though you say, I'm never doing that again. I'm never doing it again. I'm never having anything to do with that again. And then you walk around the corner and you run right into this one again. And then you go back through that cycle until you learn that this one isn't the one that's going to bring you what you want. This is only the one that'll satisfy a momentary need. And that's how you can look at everything. Long term, what's the pros? What's the pros? Not what's the cons. Because if you're going to live over here, you're going to create it. And you're going to bring it into your own life. Anyway, the wind is really kicking up. It's that evening kick up. We got some black clouds here in Arizona. And I hope you'll stick around and hopefully we do something great. Other than that, hope you enjoyed the little presentation. It's just a Twitter test at this point. Have a good night.